Hello and welcome to the Music Theory Guy Clinic with me, Music Theory Guy. If you've got a question about music theory, this is the place to get it answered. If you'd like to get in touch, the usual address is clinic@musictheoryvideos.com, Twitter @MusicTheoryGuy, or Facebook Music Theory Videos. Now this is the fourth in a series of 5 videos answering a question from Sophie, who lives in Stoke-on-Trent in the UK. She wants to know about ornamentation. And in this video, I'm going to be looking at trills. So let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a look at a bar of music with a trill in it. And we can clearly see that it appears here just above this note. Now be aware that this is a B flat due to the flat in the key signature. Now this is where it causes a little bit of confusion, I find, for my students. They think that you trill from the B flat to a B natural. Now the rule of the trill is that you trill to the next line or space up. So our B flat is on a line, so we're actually going to trill to the C. That C is in the next space up, and you can see that I've put a little red dot to represent where we're trilling to. So this is what it would look like if we were to write it out. Let's have a listen. So all a trill is an instruction to quickly oscillate or change quickly between the note that's written and the note in the next space or line above, and in this case the B flat to the C. Now just be aware that trills can sometimes have a or a couple or several acciacculturas to end that trill. If you watch my clinic video on acciacculturas, you'll know that this is an acciaccultura because there's that little line that cuts through the first of the 2 acciacculturas. What these acciacculturas are doing are telling the performer that they trill as normal, so from the B flat to the C, but the last 2 notes that you play of that trill, rather than it being B flat C and then the next note, it actually goes A, B flat, C. Let's have a look at it if it's written out. Now you can see it looks rather complicated, and that's probably a very good reason why we use little symbols like trills and acciacculturas rather than writing everything out, because it can get rather confusing. Let's have a listen to what this sounds like, but just keep your ears ready for those last 2 notes, which are slightly different, the A, then the B flat. Let's have a listen. And finally, you might come across a trill that's got an accidental, so that could be a sharp, a flat, or a natural symbol that sits above the trill sign. All this is telling you to do is still trill, but rather than trilling just to the note that's in the space or on the line above, you raise the note by a semitone or half step if you see a sharp, like in our example, or lower it by a semitone or a half step if it's a flat. And if you see a natural, you're trilling to a note, but ensuring that it is, for example, C rather than C sharp. That natural symbol will cancel out any sharps or flats that are in the key signature or earlier accidentals in the bar. So do keep your eyes peeled for any of those small little accidentals above a trill symbol. So in this case, we trill from the B flat, but rather than going to a C, it becomes C sharp because we've got that small little sharp symbol sitting above the trill. So there's 2 golden rules that you need to remember with trills. Firstly, you alternate rapidly between the main note, in this case it was the B flat, and the note 1 step above, and in this case it was the C. Our second rule is that you've got to watch out for any grace notes or acciacculturas and or accidentals. So it could be that there's a trill, that trill has a sharp above it, and there's some acciacculturas or grace notes that end off that trill. So there's a few things you've got to watch out for when you do come across trills. Okay, well I hope that's been useful to you, Sophie, and anybody else that's been watching. As I say, if anybody's got a question about music theory, please do get in touch. I can be contacted on clinic@musictheoryvideos.com, Twitter @MusicTheoryGuy, or Facebook Music Theory Videos. In the meantime, many thanks for watching.